Alright, so, like I said, I had a couple of questions that I wanted you both to answer. The way this is going to go, for the first question, Nadia, you're going to start off, and then Matt, you're going to go. For the second question, Matt, you'll start off, and then Nadia, you'll go, and we're going to follow that pattern throughout. So, starting off, why do you want to be NSBE Vice President?
Well, as I said, I serve as the current secretary, which devoted a lot of my time to it because secretaries have to be at everything because we document it all. And so I had first, exposure to what it takes to be on this board, and I really loved the feeling that I had working on this board. And it didn't seem like work to me because when you love what you do and you love the people that you work with, it makes it extremely easier. I feel like I have the leadership experience and the capabilities to work very closely with whoever my future president would be, and to increase the mission statement of NSBE, to expand. I'm very proud of our current board because I think that we took NSBE from last year to this year just leaps and beyond, and I want to continue that. And I know that we've done a lot of work with NSBE revamping it and to get this turnout is amazing. However, next year I want to take that off campus. And I want to put that leadership into more volunteering opportunities, into more where we have a large presence on NSBE, that somebody could walk through the quad and see a NSBE UIC messenger bag, or have NSBE pens passed out here and there. So I feel like I have the drive, I feel like I have the motivation, and I feel like I have the passion behind this to effectively serve as your vice president.
Okay. I look in this room and I see every chair filled up. That means a lot to me that people believe in NSBE and are coming to this. So I believe that the current board did a great job at conducting this year, and I wanted to keep that momentum going into next year. I'm currently on the board as parliamentarian, and I recognize that there are people who are leaving the board who are in the top 4 positions, and I believe that my passion to want to help keep NSBE growing, becoming bigger, being successful, will give me the motivation to make sure that we have a successful year next year, and that we will also improve what we already have. What I see now is great. It's what made me fall in love with NSBE in the first place, and I just want to keep that going, make it better, and inspire others to follow this board and want to be on the board for next year.
My next question is, often this role, much like the presidential role will involve you in taking home or staying late, or taking work home or staying late on campus. Will you guys be able to meet the large time commitment?
Alright, so originally when I joined NSBE, I would come to all the meetings, but I didn't consider joining as a board member or being on the board because I was involved in other organizations. As the semester went on, let me also mention, last semester was my first semester at UIC. I was a transfer student. So that, to me, I hope that shows you that I really believed in NSBE enough to want to help this organization. So back to what I was saying. So last semester, I didn't have the full-time commitment. I maybe skipped a couple meetings, and I didn't even consider being a board member of NSBE. I think the turning point, in my opinion, in NSBE was at the fall regional conference. That experience was one of the best experiences I've had in college, honestly. It showed me the power of NSBE and what it could do for every one of us. So back to being involved and staying late. So I was involved in other organizations. I'm involved in the Society of Automotive Engineers. That's a very time-consuming society. But choosing to join this board, I placed NSBE before that. It's very fun to do, but I want to be more concerned with people, working with people, and helping other people succeed professionally, mainly. So anything that needs to get done with NSBE to make sure that next year runs smoothly, I'm willing to prioritize NSBE above anything else, because I really care about every one of you, making sure that you achieve your goals academically and professionally, because that's why we're here. We want good grades, and we want to have a successful career.
Nadia?
Yes, I do that now. I'm always here, to the point that when I pick Aiden up from daycare, he doesn't even question if we're going home, because he knows we're headed right back here. SEO has become like a second home to us, literally a couple nights. But so I'm more than willing and able to make that large time commitment. As secretary, as I said, I have a document. I have to be at all of the meetings. I have, and so it's nothing new for me. I feel like I would be fully capable to meet the time commitments and beyond.
So starting off with Nadia, do you have any personal obligations that may affect your involvement?
The only really personal obligation I got is that little baby back there. And like I said, he's here with me anyway. So other than that, right now my number one priority is Aiden, and my second priority is school. And it's been like that since I came here. And last semester I was able to pull out a 3.0, which I was super happy about. And I had some really tough classes. And so I feel with everything that I do as a single mother, as a full-time student, with the classes that I'm taking going into my last year, I think I've already not just proven to you guys, but proven to myself that I have the capabilities to put this on the forefront of my priorities.
My personal obligation, my first personal obligation is school. Honestly, that's why we're all here. And NSBE comes right after that. Honestly, I don't feel there's anything that would prevent me from being an effective vice president next year. And I'll make sure to, since I'm running for a position that requires a lot of commitment, I'll make sure that I'll be able to fill those shoes and learn what it takes to make it successful.
All right. A major part of the vice presidential role involves long-term planning and execution. Examples of these can be talking about FRC, talking about the MERT banquet and the Nationals Conference, or National Convention. Considering those three as examples and the amount of long-term planning and execution, you guys have both been on the board and have experience with these. How are you capable in these areas, or how capable are you in these areas, and can you provide an example of that?
Okay. So the main part of this question is planning. How capable am I with planning? So I'm running to be a part of a team, and it's being part of a team. I expect that I will not be doing everything by myself. That's the reason why I want to be on the board, is so I can help other people. That's my main goal. So an example, an example I can provide with you where I did this was I was on the team for creating an intake manifold for a car. So last semester was like design process, drawing for a whole semester, tweaking things, scrapping ideas. So and then this semester is actually building it. It just took a lot of time trying to do this in between schoolwork, being involved with NSBE and other things. So I can tell you that the goal I had to complete that was accomplished, and that it's an ongoing project that I have that required a lot of planning to do. And it was so successful that we actually had time to have a prototype made. We got our drawings out, me and my team got our separate drawings out, and we had a 3D printed for us, so right now we are in our testing phase. So that's an example of how I presented the plan.
As far as am I capable or a role in investing in long-term planning and execution, When I joined the board last year, we had weekly executive board meetings through the summer weekly, and there was a lot of planning that even went into that summer, which I feel like kind of jump-started the format to what we have this current year. And that was planning months in advance just to make sure that we had the proper structure, that we were starting to get companies lined up. And as part of the planning committee, and as well as being secretary and having the position of making the flyers, which have now changed into monthly calendars, but having the flyers, creating the brochures, I think I'm capable in those ways to plan. And just even on a personal note, being a parent involves some type of planning. I would lose my mind, and so it's inherent. You know, you have to you have to plan. You have to make sure that everything is set in place. Even with, I don't know, my school schedule. I came in also as a transfer student in the fall of 2012, and by mid-semester I knew what classes I was taking each semester up until graduation, and that hasn't changed. And I've stuck to that plan, and I made that plan about 1.5 years ago. And so I have the capabilities to effectively plan long term.
Okay. Before we do this, I got one question that I want to ask both of you. It's the same question that I asked Savon and Sato. Obviously, only one of you guys is going to come out as VP. Both of you guys have been involved on this board and have experience more than anyone just randomly coming in, being part of the board that was in existence this year, and what it takes to be part of a successful board. Do you think that you will be willing to, if you do not get the position that you want today, to take a different position on the board and help support in that way as well? Yeah, no, not at first.
I love NSBE, and so if I weren't elected as VP, I would consider a different role. But I would love to be vice president. As I said, I started out as secretary, which is one of the top 4 positions, and after that, I'm kind of thirst for more. You're hungry for more responsibilities after you feel like you've kind of mastered something. And in that position, I have nowhere else to go but up. And I would love to finish my senior year here at UIC in such a leadership position. However, as I stated before, my love for NSBE doesn't stop just with the positions that I serve on the board. And so if I weren't elected, then yes, I would take an open position.
Most definitely. Vice president for me means being able to help people, being able to lead people and make sure that everyone gets to work well together as a team. If I was elected, or if I wasn't elected vice president, that would be okay with me because I'd still be a part of the team. That's the most important thing to me, to be here to support everyone.
All right. Now, any questions from the